Okay, so this question here wants me to consider this rule of h equals 2m plus 1 to find the following. So let's look at A. So with A, it wants me to find h when m equals 3. So let's have a look at how I should do this. I'll just write down the rule, h equals 2m plus 1, okay, and then see what I can substitute into here. So I know if m equals 3, wherever I see m I can put 3 in there. So I can write equals 2 times 3 plus 1, because all I've done is I've moved that m and I've changed it into a 3. I can now use my BOMDAS through here, multiplication. So I do this. So 2 times 3. 2 times 3 will be 6 plus 1. So that will give me that h is 7. Okay. So what I can then also do is have a look now at C. Okay. So C, it wants me to simply find for C, it wants me to find m if h equals 17. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and write my equation again. If h equals 2m plus 1, I'm going to sub in whatever I know. So here I've got h is 17, so wherever I see h I put 17 in there instead. So I've got 17 equals 2m plus 1. Okay, so I now have an equation that I can try to solve for m. So I can think, okay, I start with m, I've multiplied it by 2, and then I add 1. Last thing I did was I added 1 to both sides. Okay, so to undo that, I take 1 from both sides. 17 take 1 equals 2m plus 1 take 1. Okay, so what I've got here is I've taken 1 from both sides. Okay, so this here is 16 equals 2m. 1 take 1 is 0, so I don't have to show that. I then keep deconstructing to find m. On this side here where m is, I've got m, I've multiplied it by 2. Last thing I did was I've multiplied it by 2. So I divide both sides by 2 to undo that. Okay, and so I then end up with 16 divided by 2, which is 8, okay, equals 2 divided by 2 is 1, so I end up with that's just equal to m. Okay, so therefore I can write here that m equals 8 from this equation. Okay, so that's all I simply need to do to be doing this.